people, welcome to United View, welcome to another match day. Aston Villa away, Villa Park, under the lights, 5:30 kickoff, brisk evening in Birmingham. Do Man United fancy it? Are Man United going to show up? Are we going to see a performance? Steven Gerrard looking for retribution. Coutinho could make his debut, probably be on the bench, but might get some minutes. Coutinho looking to start, so they've got a little bit of a boost. And even more so than them signings, what they would have got a boost from Aston Villa is playing against us on Monday night. Because although they lost the game, we all saw it, we all saw the performance, we all saw what type of game it was. We rode our luck, to say the least. The fallout from what Ronaldo's been talking about, Rashford supposedly spending 12 hours extras training and stuff like that. You know, the players are hitting back again. So will it be another week full of hearing loads of leaks about players being, you know, the mentality and this, that and the other and whatnot, and seeing no performance at the end of it? Will it be another week of that? I am worried about this game. You guys know how I've been the whole week. I said it straight after the Villa game. I saw a lot of worrying things. Yes, we managed to keep the clean sheet factually, but we conceded a lot of chances of dangerous moments. And packed out Villa Park, we're going to have to be better than we was at home. We're going to have to show some grip. We're going to have to show some control, some balance, all these kind of things. But obviously the intensity as well, physicality, the same boring words that we always hear but never see. They've got to show it. You can't go to Villa Park and expect an easy game. Are Aston Villa perfect? No, of course they're not. They've got mistakes in them. Mings is, you know, prone to mistake. Target. There's no John McGinn, which always helps. They've got a couple of injuries as well. No Leon Bailey, who wasn't even available in the first game. So, you know, they're missing a couple as well. But we have to be on it. We've got to earn the right to play. We've got to start quick. Just our team news. Obviously, McTominay and Luke Shaw are out, so you know Telles is going to come in. Is Donny van der Beek going to get a start? You know, Ralph Rangnick was talking about he was quite pleased when Donny came on against Villa last time out. We went to a diamond, and we had a little bit more control over the game. Now, we didn't really create anything, but it wasn't that siege where Villa were just opening us up. We did kind of let the game peter out and took the sting out of it when Donny come on. That was more of wasn't just down to Donny. I'm not saying he come on and dropped a 10 out of 10, but structurally it did help when he came on. Are we now going to see him finally get a start, or are we just going to see Matic put back in there straight next to Fred? Because Fred's got to play. Obviously we need the energy and we don't have the legs anyway, the bodies. Now McTominay's not there. And who's he going to go with? And I bet you it's going to be Matic. I'd be really surprised if it's Donny. I'd love for it to be Donny. Surely it's got to be Donny. Matic had a couple of games. He had a couple of games, I think, against Burnley and against Wolves, I want to say, and the loss to them when Fred wasn't playing, I want to say. Was it that? There was a couple of games anyway where he wasn't playing anyway. I think it was Burnley and Wolves, where Fred wasn't playing, where Matic was playing, sorry. And we have to see a reaction. We have to see a reaction from these players. But if Donny surely deserves a chance, if Matic had his chance and wasn't that great in them two games, physicality and height, yes, and calming influence, and just the default setting of we'd probably go with Matic over Donny, because Donny never gets picked. What will be interesting as well to see if he stays with the same formation, which we started the game against Villa, which is 4-2-3-1, and I think this will be the first indication of whether he's scrapped the 4-2-2 formation. Was it just because Ronaldo wasn't available and he wanted to play in a different way? Or was it because we have been so bad in that formation, narrow, not creating chances, not looking comfortable, that he thought, you know what, let me just give the players back their formation that they had before? And I'm not saying we played any better, but if I'm drawing for slight positives, the first, up until the goal we scored against Villa, we did look okay. A couple early switches and play. Rashford had chalk on his boots. He was right out wide against Cash. You know, trying to get at him and isolate him in one-on-one situations before we know how his performance went after that. But Rashford started off brightly because he was in a familiar area of the pitch, I thought, anyway. And we struggled to get Cavani in the game as well. He was leading the line up front by himself. So, look, it wasn't perfect, but I would say for the least first 15 minutes, maybe 20, we looked a little bit more comfortable, a lot more comfortable. But that's just because it's back to what the players know, even though it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? They're just getting what they're used to, as opposed to trying this 4-2-2. But today will be interesting to see how he sets up. Is he going to go narrow? I don't think he can afford to do that. Again, I don't think, you know, if you played against Villa with the formation we played in last time and had a little bit of joy. We got a goal whilst playing that formation. I think he's got to go with it again. You know, Villa will play wide, like you say. They've got the two wide players up front that can tuck in as like sort of 2-10s when they need to, when they're off the ball. And they've got a midfield three, probably of Ramsey again, Douglas Luiz, and I don't know who's going to come in for John McGinn. We'll wait and see. But you know, they're going to be energetic. They're going to work hard. We can't lose that battle. So I don't know. I still think we need the width. We are expecting Jadon Sancho, Ronaldo and Maguire to be back. He said about basically not taking the captaincy armband off of Maguire. I'd say he's not going to do that. It's just going to send too much shockwaves. He's never going to do it. As much as we all can believe that's the right thing to do, Ralph Rangnick's never going to do that. But he's going to walk back in and start again, isn't he, really? He's going to probably go Varane and Maguire. And yes, Lindelof made that mistake when the ball was getting plucked out of the sky, and then Watkins absolutely spun him and should have scored. But by and large, he's been okay. Lindelof's been better than Maguire. I don't understand why Maguire's should come back in and start again. But that's probably what will happen, and probably be in place for Victor Lindelof. I would have just gone with Lindelof and Varane again personally. But again, I don't think that will be the case. Interesting to see Wan-Bissaka and Dalot as well. Dalot been getting a nod recently and fighting for the shirt with Wan-Bissaka, and then Wan-Bissaka comes back with a few starts, and none of them can really put in any performances that can say it's their spot. So we have to see what happens there as well. I know Dalot had that gash that he needed to get stitched up, which he said he was all fine to do, and he even carried on even in that game, which was quite good actually. And up front, Ronaldo returning. You know, Ronaldo had some harsh words, man. Harsh words. I said it on Twitter. I said, like, he wanted to say so much more, but still said so much. And it was very telling what he said, because, you know, he was talking about mentality, and it's got to come from you. If you take care in your performance, if you take care in your career, then you've got to turn up and show that you want to improve. He's saying, I can talk to the young boys all I want. Might not listen, probably won't listen. In fact, a lot of this generation don't listen, was his point. And I'm not, you know, people were saying, oh, he's talking about Greenwood, or he's talking about McTominay, he's talking about this, talking about that. Look, we've got quite a few young players, or players who have not experienced anything near what Ronaldo's done, so you can make your own conclusions as to who you think he was talking about, or whether you think he was talking about in general. But what I do know is that even some of the senior players, just across the squad, the mentality is shocking, and has been shocking. So he was right. I thought it was quite refreshing what he was saying, but it includes him as well. You know, he was talking about himself. He was saying, I need to improve. I'm always looking what I can improve. If I need to make a 20-30 yard sprint near the end of the game, or at another time to help my teammate, I need to do it. What can you do, Cristiano? He was questioning himself as well, but we know that's his mentality. That's why he's been the best player forever, since he's been playing. So will he come back into the fold? And if he does, a 4-2-3-1 with Ronaldo just up front by himself, not pressing, going to need a bit of help from Bruno. What's that going to look like? Because then we'll be back to the thing as fans where we were saying potentially when Ronaldo was up front by himself, how quickly were we saying need to get Cavani going, need to get Cavani next to him, need to play both of them up front. Worked for a little bit because, you know, he come on against Newcastle and it did work. Then it didn't work in the game after that, lost to Wolves, even though we had a long break. And then you look at what it was like against Burnley, wasn't great. So, you know, I just think it doesn't matter what we call for, whether it happens or not. By the end of it, we're saying, well, this wasn't right today. We need to change it. There's always something to change, because the bottom line is we're just not playing well enough, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to get everybody playing well. That's what we've got to do. They've got to put in the performance, because, you know, I'm fed up of seeing these scraping buys and lucky to win, and on another day we probably could have conceded 3, but we didn't, and we moved. Yes, obviously the results are the most important thing, but we've got, sooner or later, it's got to start clicking. We've got to start seeing an improvement in these performances. Even at 45 minutes, we seem to be playing in spells. You know, 30 minutes against Palace, 15-20 minutes against Villa, first half against Burnley. Can we get 3/4 of a game good, or half a game good, or do you know what I mean? We just need some form of level of consistency in the performances, and just no individual errors, no turnovers. That's what's causing us the most problems, giving the ball away in silly areas. So yeah, let's see. Ronaldo back in, hopefully. He needs to hit the ground running. We need a big performance. I'm not going to predict the game. I'm very worried about this game. You guys know this. I feel like it's going to be a draw at best. I just can't see us going up the levels. needed. Hopefully I'm wrong. I really do hope I'm wrong. Let me know your predictions. Smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. Make sure you keep KG company. He's back on the match views, so make sure you watch the game live with him. Then we'll have a full view straight after that with Owen and the gang. Get your thoughts, your post-match thoughts in after that, and then we'll be at you with the match views, the fan views from the ground as well after that. So I'm out of here. Peace. See you after the game.